guys, welcome back to another video. Go for it, go for it. I'm back again. It's actually 8 days later. We are officially home from the hospital, and I have to say I have never been so happy to be home from the hospital in my entire life. Anybody that has had a baby or that has had a C-section knows how little sleep you get in the hospital, because there are constantly nurses coming in to check on you, to check on the baby. They're taking your blood, they're taking baby's blood, they're taking the baby to be checked for hearing, they're taking the baby just for all kinds of reasons. So you never really get the sleep that I feel like you should get. So we are home from the hospital. I am so happy. I'm actually pumping right now, and Tucker is in the DockATot next to me. He is sleeping. He actually has had, we've had 2 doctor's appointments. We had one yesterday and we had another one today because I am still breastfeeding, so I'm pumping, but unfortunately I am not producing enough for him. And when he came home from the hospital, you know, normally they lose weight and then they gain it back. Well, he had lost too much weight, so we took him to the doctor yesterday, and he has jaundice. His level yesterday was 15, and normally they get worried if it's more than 20, but he was looking, and still is looking, very yellow. So we took him to the doctor. They tested his level, and then the doctor suggested that yes, I can still breastfeed, but to pump so I know how much I'm producing and how much he's getting. And then right after I give him whatever I'm going to give him breast milk wise, that we supplement with formula. So he's getting both. And when we took him today, we had to do another bilirubin test, and it went from a 15 down to like 11 something. So his levels are already dropping. The formula is already helping, and I am kind of at that point where I really just don't care, breast formula, as long as he's getting fed and getting what he needs and we're kicking the jaundice out of his system. That's all I care about. Yesterday was such a rough day. I think he's got a little bit of acid reflux too, because after having the formula, he was kind of spitting up, and I had went out to do some cleaning in the kitchen and eat just a little bit. And when I came back to check in on him, because I heard him cry, I had noticed that he had just thrown up completely all over himself in his sleep, and that freaked me out. None of my other kids have ever done that. I know it can happen, and I literally just started crying. I went out in the kitchen and told Jared, I was like, he threw up in his sleep. Just had me worried. So what we've been doing is, after he eats, we burp him really, really good, and then we sit him in the sitting up position for at least a half hour afterward, just so that we know, you know, his body's kind of digested it, and hopefully whatever is bothering his belly or his digestive system isn't going to make him throw up again. So we do that. And right now, like I said, he's in the DockATot, but we also have the DockATot elevated on a pillow so that he's kind of sleeping more in an upright position. Last night I had him sleeping on my my breastfeeding pillow, completely sitting in a sitting up position, and I felt like that helped. But you know, new parents, we're just kind of overly cautious. I think I'm doing pretty good, besides that little spiel yesterday. Yesterday was just a nightmare for me. Just had a ton of stuff going on, and just was kind of emotionally drained at the end of the day. So there was that, and then, you know, stuff with him, and it's just been a lot. You know, when we were in the hospital, one of the kids dropped their computer, so we have to get a replacement computer, and I was just done being in the hospital. The last day was really, really rough. I don't think from like 5 o'clock in the morning on, the nurses were in like every hour, and I just wanted sleep. I was so tired. He had been up, and I was exhausted. I just wanted sleep. So it was like, just let me sleep, please. Let him sleep. But they kept messing with him, and they needed to check him, and they needed to check me. And then it was time to leave, and I was just like, I just want to go home. And we did. We just came home. I didn't even unpack anything, really. I wheeled my suitcase from the hospital in here. I got him situated, fed him, and then I laid down on the couch, and I think we took like a 2.5 hour nap. It was something crazy, like 2.5 hours. And I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, where am I? What's going on? He hadn't cried. And that was like just the best nap ever. So he's been doing pretty good. He's eating in stretches of like, he will be up and awake and doing whatever he's doing for an hour. Then we'll feed him, and he'll be asleep for about 2 hours. And then he'll get up. After he gets up from this little snooze, we have to give him a bath, just because we have to give him a sponge bath because he's got circumcised and he still has his umbilical cord, so we can't fully give him like a bath, but I give him a sponge bath, and he really likes his hair being washed. He hates lotion. He hates being cold. He hates a cold wipe. He loves being held. He's like such a chill baby, like doesn't really cry. I mean, he's just such a good baby. I think because he knows that the other kids can be off the chain, that he needed to come into this family and just be chill and calm. Perfectly fine with that. Like I said, the kids are adjusting well. They all love him, and I'm getting great help. Taylor's a huge help. She's always there, like when I need to give him a bath, or Jason, he's always wanting to show, he wants to show his class. We haven't had a chance to show his class yet, because when he gets into class, the baby is asleep. So there's that. So hopefully I can show his class, the baby, hopefully tomorrow or this coming week. Connor's doing really good with the transition too. Haven't had an issue with them transitioning, getting used to him. It's a bit different now that he's there, that he's here. That's for sure. It's like one thing when, you're preparing, but it's a different thing when they're here, and I'm just obsessed with him. I love him so much. And so does Jerry. It's like completely a different situation. Like, sometimes we just don't want to put him down. Like, you just want to hold him, and he's going to be so spoiled. We're never going to be able to put him down. I was cleaning last night, and I had him in the Moby wrap, which was awesome. He's not sleeping in his crib just yet. Most of the time, he'll sleep next to me in either the DockATot or the swing, whatever the case may be. But he's just such a good baby. Oh my gosh. I love his little noises, and I love the way he smells, and his cute little feet, and he makes the funniest faces, and he's already recognizing, our voices, and so it's just been so nice. I'm so glad to be home. I will say this C-section was an absolute nightmare. I had a spinal, which I feel like when you have a spinal, you're not supposed to feel like anything. That's the whole point of a spinal. You're not supposed to feel anything. It's supposed to block everything. And when I went back for my C-section, I don't feel like I was fully numb yet. And they were like, oh, we're poking you super, super hard. And I'm letting my doctor know, I know you're poking me super hard. I can feel where you're poking me, and I don't feel like I should feel that. Which, I don't know. It's just, it was very, very, in a very intense C-section. Like I said, I felt like tugging and pulling, lots of pressure at certain times. The anesthesiologist, I told him I starting to feel nauseous. So he gave me anti-nausea medicine in my IV, and it immediately, once it hit me, it made me feel like my entire arm was on fire, just burning. So I'm laying there going, my arm is on fire. So I had to flush my IV and then like give me something else really quickly. And then when they were pulling Tucker out from me, he got stuck because he had such a big head. So I felt pressure there, and it was just a lot. After I was done with my C-section, which when it was all said and done, it was probably like 30 minutes, and he was here, They wheeled me into recovery, and for 2 hours afterwards, they were like massaging my belly and like pushing on it. And I don't ever remember them doing that with any of the other kids, my other kids. It was very, very painful. It hurt. Um, Jerry was a little concerned because they were pushing on me, you know, and like blood and fluid and stuff was coming out. Um, and he was like, I don't know if that's normal, but it scared him. Um, I don't even know if you can see it on my arm. Let me see if I still have it. I don't know if I do or not. But right there, yeah, you can see right there, they were trying to put my IV in, and I didn't want it in my hand because I hate that. So they were trying to put it right here, and the nurse had like a new IV, and they blew through my vein on that side, and then they were trying to get my IV on this side, and they blew through my vein on this side as well. So that was kind of crappy because that happened right before the C-section. So I was like, you can't even get my IV in. If this is any indication of how my C-section is going to go, this is not going to be good. So there was that. I mean, I'm just glad, like I said, to be home. I'm healing. I still have pain in my incision sometime if I'm on my feet too much, or I've noticed too, if I have my underwear or like the elastic band on my pants sits on it for too long, it really, 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 really bothers it. I still have my, they put like a packing pad on or something, and I still have that, and I'll probably have that until next week, which I'm fine with. I was supposed to do like a virtual meeting with my doctor, but we had to take Tucker to his doctor's appointment, which was way more important. So I was like, I'll just reschedule it. It's fine. I'm kind of nervous to see what my incision looks like. I'm like just hoping it looks really nice. He did say he had to cut through a lot of scar tissue, which I knew because I've had 3 babies, so there's a lot of scar tissue. Hopefully my incision is still nice and perfectly straight, which my other doctors did a great job doing that. Hopefully this one did as well. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but you never know. So I'm kind of preparing myself if my incision is not perfect, if it's a complete disaster after this baby. So we shall see. What else? I'm trying to think. We were just trying to enjoy him and soaking him up and enjoying the baby cuddles and the cries and everything we need. We actually had to go out, and today we decided, with us introducing formula to him, that it was probably better if we have more than just one type of, or one bottle. We have one that we really, really like, but I couldn't, for some reason, find the bottle and the nipple that I wanted. So I went with a different brand. So we're going to try those bottles out and nipples, and hopefully he'll like it. And plus, we won't be washing a bottle like every single time. We'll have like multiple bottles that we can use, which is so much easier than washing the same bottle over and over and over. We picked up more formula for him, which was really nice too. So, we're just kind of doing our own thing and getting adjusted to him and adjusted to having a new baby, and it's really nice. I'm glad that my husband is home to help me. Jerry's home. He's been home for this week, and then he'll be home for next week, which is nice, and then he'll go back to work. And then we have Josh and Grace coming to visit, which is our best friends that are coming from Texas. They came and they were here when I was probably like 8 weeks along with him. I want to say 8 or 9 weeks along with him. And then now he's here. So it'll be so nice to have them here. And they're coming like right after Thanksgiving. So it won't be like too hectic. I'm looking forward to that. And then, just been kind of getting back in the swing of things, kind of trying not to be on my feet too much because my incision is still healing, and I still am getting pain from my incision and pain from my spinal. I'm just trying to relax, but I'm a mom. I need to do the laundry. I need to get the kitchen clean. I want to sweep the floor. I want to make sure the bathroom's picked, the whole spiel. And just me trying to be super mom. So I need to kind of take a chill pill on that and just kind of relax, and it'll be fine. I keep telling myself that it'll be fine, but you know, it's hard to just let go of things. So other than that, we are doing great, and I'm gonna end this video. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.